Hi, guys. Welcome to the first episode of Unconventional Thoughts, where I'll be discussing different ideas, topics, and theories that I relate to. And I may or may not implement it in my life, but I think I would believe in it, and that's why we're discussing it. I think the first unconventional idea is getting off social media. And I quit social media, specifically Instagram, in October, November of 2023, around that time. And it's been quite a lot. Like, it's been a hell of a journey. Uh, I forgot all the O's. Oh my God. Yeah. But yeah, so it was one hell of a journey, and it's been 14 months. Life is great now. It wasn't back then during the journey. And I think I would like to share a few things that I came across, few problems that I faced, and maybe my experience can help you figure out your path and your route and make a decision for yourself. Yeah, so the first time I left it was, okay, the backstory of why I left it is, crazy. It's one reason was because I watched the documentary of The Social Dilemma that's on Netflix. And if you've not watched it, please give it a shot. It really questions everything that we're using from Gmail to Instagram, and how it was not accidentally, so distracting to humans. I think it was made, and a lot of these tech founders and CEOs say that they made it to distract people and to get them hooked on. And I think in the end of the whole document, there is this one line. They say that in tech, we don't call our customers as customers. We call it users. And the same thing goes with drugs. So you don't call drug addicts a customer of the business, but you call them users. So it's the same mindset. And then that was just like a whole brainstorm in my head. It was just like, okay, great. And then the second reason that actually speeded up the process was because I spent 4 hours a day that specific week searching for reels, relatable reels that I can send to my crush. And after that, I was like, this is not it. This is not who I am. My friend calls me up and he's like, what are you looking at? What are you sending? Your content has changed, like the reels you sent to me as well. And I was like, yeah, shit, that is deep. And then on that call, we both decided we'd quit Insta, and I just deleted the app that time. And I was like, before that, I didn't even know that was an option. So I think after that, it was just a lot of this free-ish energy that I felt. And I was also like terrified that what other people would think. I was also scared, and I was worried that, people wait for my reels and they wait for my messages. They wait for me to validate their reels and reply to them. I can't just leave them like that. It doesn't feel right as a friend. And when all of these thoughts were crossing my head, I was just like, you know what? They would understand because they're my friends, and let's just give this a shot. It's fine. If you're not able to, like, my mental health was genuinely going down, and there was no other way for me to cope with other than just quitting the app. So I just did that. And I told all of my friends. Many of them were supportive. And then the funny part was a lot of them didn't even realize that I quit, and I didn't even tell them. So yeah, I think that's one main thing that it taught me. Like, the first main thing is you are not the center of the world. Your posts do not matter as much as you think they do, because everyone's forgetting what they're looking at every second. What you post, what your stories are, they're not going to remember it, and it's not that impactful or important. Like, we try to put these songs and everything, and it's great if you're doing it for yourself, but if you're doing it for validation, it's not necessarily the best way to move forward and get happiness. And I also realized that I started posting for myself, but later on it turned into validation from others. So I think that just taught me that you are not the most important thing or problem on this planet. And it gave me a lot of humility, definitely. And so that was the first great learning. Second thing I felt was FOMO. I genuinely felt that I can't relate to anyone anymore. Everyone's talking about memes and reels that are constantly getting changed and updated and flooded every day. And I had no idea what was happening to a certain amount of extent, because most of my friends that time were on Insta, and I was only on YouTube, and it was just chaotic for me. I was constantly feeling left out. I hadn't watched a bunch of movies back then, or yeah, even by now, I think the genre of which I watch is kind of different. So I think, yeah, and one learning was again that feeling lonely in a group full of people you call yours is much more lonelier than being alone. And I think being alone is not lonely at all for me. So just that realization that you can walk out of that place and just feel okay is the right thing to do at times. And you don't have to pretend and suffocate yourself and just stay there in that place. It's not their problem. It's not mine. But I think it just works out better. You don't have to really force yourself to be in situations like that. So yeah, second learning was FOMO. You have to deal with it. And then the third learning that I got was you have so much free time now and you have like no idea what to do with that. And you're just like, okay, what else can I do? So your brain will automatically go and search for the same kind of dopamine that you were getting. So I genuinely went on YouTube, watched a lot of long form content. And I would say YouTube has a better algorithm in place that benefits you as a human. So if you've only subscribed to a lot of educational videos and self-improvement and stuff like that, then you will get only that kind of content, but you also have to be engaging enough in that. I agree, shorts do not provide that, but you can always click on the three dots and say, I don't want shorts, and it reduces the number of shorts. And it definitely helped me. So I always prefer YouTube over Insta. And yeah, so I was very confused about what to do with my time. And then I was like, you know what? I think I've not defined what truly relaxes me. Because you can't be productive or you can't be attentive 24 hours in a day. And you need downtime. And what you are going to do in the downtime and how you're going to spend that really tells your brain, okay, I have free time, but I have downtime. They're not the same thing. Right? And I think in our brains, Instagram is associated as a relaxation, but it's really not. It's like bringing your energies down. It's bringing your attention span lower. It's not really benefiting you and it's not really relaxing you either. So you have to like separate the two and then look at it separately. And that's what I did. So I did say, okay, YouTube, this kind of content, I had like 2 accounts maybe, and then be like, yeah, this is for information. I will study this. And then maybe even for relaxation, I would like read a book or even go on YouTube, but way lesser time. And I would control it. I would strictly follow it. And that really helped me get through it. And that was, I think, the most beneficial part of leaving it. You have to have a reason why you're quitting. And I feel like if you don't have a reason and there's just a lot of free time, you'll again go back to your old ways, which is also fine. And you might feel guilty while just switching to YouTube. You're just like, oh my God, there's no point leaving it, right? You're just switching to another app. But it does help. I really feel YouTube has a much better algorithm for you than that. It's way less distracting and it's way better when you have the right kind of content subscribed to. Yeah, I think in the end, this is my journey. This is how I felt. And there were times where I would download it, like maybe in April, May of the next year, in February-ish. I did post few times, but it just felt a lot worse for me. I felt like everybody was looking at me and I felt very dumb and very dumb to post something because I know it's going to be so insignificant that it doesn't really matter. And I also started looking at privacy as a luxury, and I take that very seriously because in today's day and age, I think that's one thing that cannot be bought even with money. And I've really seen that influence me in different ways. And I stopped posting, and I felt like I don't think I should share it to people because then that moment is not mine, but it's also theirs. And I don't think I would want that. For some reason, I feel the happiest moments of my life when it's just with me and when it's even not captured on camera and it just happens once. I'm insanely grateful for that moment. So I think my thought process on it also has changed a little bit that way. And yeah, so that was my journey. Hope you guys enjoyed. Comment down below if you want to leave or if you've quit and what problems you faced. Bye.